Everyone, my name is Brendan Hollinger, and the Rockford Scanner actually contacted me through my Facebook Messenger, wanting me to share my story about what happened today in Rockford on Riverside, on the bridge. My grandma and I were actually driving home from the store, and I seen this guy. He was sitting on the edge of the what's it called? I'm sorry, I can't think. The cement wall next to where the cars drive, and there was this man sitting on it, like his feet were dangling over on it, and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna jump off the bridge. So I made a U-turn, like a fast U-turn, and I got out of the car and I slowly walked up to him. I asked him what was wrong, and he just told me to go away. I was like, no, I'm not going away. I didn't say it like that, but I was like, no, sir, I can't go away. And I said, I really want to help you. I really want to help you, and I want to help you with what you're going through. And I was like, please tell me what's wrong. And I said, if you want to pray about it, we can. If you want to talk about your family, your friends, we can. And I was like, do you want to talk about the Cubs game? Let's talk about the Cubs game. And that didn't really cheer him up, but hey, it was worth a try. And I was like, they might be winning, but I don't like the Cubs, but it's okay. And I was trying to laugh to make him feel better, but it wasn't working. And I was like, just come down and we can pray about it. So I put my hand on his shoulder and grabbed his right arm with my right hand. And I was like, just please come down. Don't jump. It's not worth it. It's not worth, nothing is worth a person. How do I explain this? Nothing is worse than somebody trying to commit suicide. And he just told me to go away. And I was like, no. So I said, let's just pray about it. So I just grabbed his shoulder and I grabbed his arm with my right hand. And he slowly got off the bridge until the police came. So but before the police came, he was praying about it. He had his eyes wide open and closing his hands together. And he was just yelling, praying. And he was like, why, God, did you have my kids taken away from me? And I just want my kids back. I don't know what I did wrong to get my kids taken away from me. And I don't remember really, because it just hit me all at once. I don't remember if he said my daughter or my children. And it's just a hard thing to go through. I don't really understand because I don't have depression, and I could just tell he had depression, and he's really, really depressed, and I could see in his eyes that he needed help. He needed help right away. And he might have not liked this at the time, but it was totally worth calling the police over, and it was totally worth, I don't know if I hurt him by throwing him on the ground with the police, but it was totally worth throwing him on the ground and scraping up his arms or whatever, scraping up his face, than drowning in the Rock River because you're depressed. And some people think that's a good way to get over depression, but it's really not. If you're depressed, I suggest you seek help right away. And when the police came, that's what he did, was jump back on that wall. And I was so close of him coming down and staying off of the cement walls if the police officers didn't come. But I know it was really worth the police officers. I know it was worth me. Well, my grandmother actually called the police, and I know it was worth it because if the police didn't come, he could have jumped. I could have not been there at that time to save him. I didn't have to be there. I could have just been like the other people that drove past and I was asking for help, for them to help me, but they looked at me and drove past me, which I think that's very wrong for people to do. I know they don't want to get stuck in that situation of helping somebody, but I think it would be the right thing to do. So anyways, when the police officers came, he jumped back on the cement wall and we pulled him down. Well, he was inching up, like inch by inch, I swear, and he was so close to jumping off. But then me and the police officer yanked him so hard that you could hear the bridge go like boom, like it was loud. And it was just, I was so scared, but at the same time, I was so happy that he did not jump. It was just a hard late night for me. And for my grandmother to see that, it was hard. And for the guy, it was super hard for him to as well. And I know if I didn't save him, he would be floating somewhere in the river. And he would still be there. And if it wasn't for me or the police officers or my grandmother calling the police officers, he would have not had been alive right now. He would have been drowning in the Rock River. So I just want to let you know, if you see this video, I don't know your name, but if you see this video, I really hope you do. I hope that you thought, I'm sorry, I can't even think. I'm so emotional right now and overwhelmed with everything right now. What I was thinking was, when I put you to the ground with the police officer, that it was so worth it. I don't care if you were scraped up or what. All I cared about is you drowning in that river and you were dying, and I can't do anything about it because of the currents in the water. If I jumped in, I couldn't jump in because of the currents in the water, like I just said. Those currents will take you under, and it's just scary. And to see you go through that, I hope that you get help right away, because I know that you are depressed and I know you want to get your kids back. Some of the questions I didn't ask you when I was there, I'm thinking of those questions that I really wanted to ask you, but I can't now. Only if I really see you. So yeah, I hope that you get help right away, and I hope you really, really start to feel better soon. And I just hope for the best for you, and I hope that you get your children back and everything just goes well for you and your family and your kids, and that you can see them again. So I hope that you have a great day, and thank you for watching my story. And yeah, have a great day. Bye.